It started with a message I wasn't meant to see. Sunday morning. Cold light streaming through the blinds. She was still asleep beside me, breathing softly, one hand resting on my chest. Like always, I remember thinking how peaceful she looked. The buzzing on the nightstand didn't stop. I leaned over to silence it, thinking it was my phone. It wasn't he. It was hers. And the message that flashed across the screen shattered something inside me. Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you. When can I see you again? No name. Just the message. But it didn't matter. The words were bullets, and my chest took everyone. I froze. Tyne did too. Her phone locked a second later, but it was enough. Enough to blow open a door I didn't even know existed. Enough to make me question every kiss, every I love you, every lazy Sunday morning like this one. I stared at her, really stared, and for the first time in our 7 years together, I didn't recognize the woman lying beside me. We met in college. She was radiant, fierce, untouchable. I was the guy who noticed her laugh before her looks. We were each other's first real everything. Her name was Alyssa, and I loved her with a kind of devotion that didn't make sense to most people. I didn't just trust her. I built my life around her. Every choice, every plan. She was home, or so I thought. That Sunday changed something fundamental in me. But I didn't confront her, not immediately. I needed to know more. I needed to be sure. Denial is a powerful drug, and I was overdosing. The next few days were torture. I watched her closely. Not in the way a jealous man watches, but like a scientist observing a subject. Every smile felt different. Every moment of her on her phone was a spike in my heartbeat. Every late meeting, every canceled dinner, every quick shower after coming home, all of it suddenly suspicious. I felt like a stranger in my own life. The following Friday, I installed a tracking app on her phone while she was in the shower. I hated myself for it, but the uncertainty was worse than guilt. That night, she said she was going to dinner with Melissa from work. The app said she was across town near the waterfront. Nowhere near Melissa. I followed. Sat in my car, palm sweating. Heart racing, watching the entrance of a boutique hotel, like some second-rate detective. And then I saw her, dressed in a way she hadn't for me in years. Heels, red lips. That black dress I didn't know she owned. She was laughing. Her arm was hooked around someone else's. A man I'd never seen before. They went inside. I didn't follow. I didn't need to. I just sat there frozen. Shattered. Watching the front door swallow the life I thought I had. The next day, she came home like nothing happened. Kissed me. Smiled. Asked what I wanted for dinner. I said nothing. I was still stuck in the parking lot. In that moment, when she disappeared into another man's world, I didn't sleep that night. Instead, I scrolled back through old photos of us. Reread old texts. I looked for signs. Clues. Anything. But what haunted me most was how happy she had looked in that man's arms, freer. Lighter. Happier than I'd seen her in years. And it broke me, because I realized I hadn't made her feel like that in a long time. But I also knew she hadn't. T told me she needed more. She had just taken it. This was the start of something much darker. I could feel it. The beginning of an unraveling. Not just of our relationship, but of who I thought I was. Who I thought we were. In the days that followed, I became someone I didn't recognize. Paranoid. Obsessed. Watching her every move. I installed a second app that mirrored her texts to a hidden inbox on my laptop. I listened in on her calls. I searched through her drawers, her receipts, her browser history. And what I found was a version of her I never knew existed. Messages with someone named N. A burner email. Uber receipts for neighborhoods she never mentioned. A saved photo of a hotel room I'd never been in. I started writing everything down in a notebook: dates, places, times, names, like I was building a case in my own private courtroom, trying to make sense of this new reality. The man from the hotel was named Nathan. He was older, married, worked in finance. I found his LinkedIn, his wedding photo, his kids. That night, I sat on the bathroom floor. Dor locked her phone in one hand and mine in the other. Comparing timelines. Trying to understand if this was a one-time thing or something worse. It was worse. It had been going on for months. There were messages going back over half a year. They'd met at a conference. What started as drinks turned into late-night texting. Then photos. Then meetings. Hotel rooms. Trips, she said, were for work. I read lines that will never leave me with you. I feel alive again. I wish we'd meet sooner. He doesn't see me anymore. I saw me in those lines, the man she painted as invisible, ordinary, replaceable. I couldn't breathe. When she came home that night, I was sitting at the kitchen table with both phones in front of me. She paused in the doorway, eyes flicking to the screen. She knew I saw it in her face. But I didn't say a word. She walked past me, straight into the bathroom, locked the door. She stayed there for over an hour. When she finally came out, her face was pale. She sat down across from me and said quietly, "Do you want to talk?" I didn't even know where to begin. She told me pieces, said it wasn't serious, that it was a mistake, that it was over. But her eyes didn't match her words. And I knew this wasn't the end of anything. It was just the beginning. To be continued.